Welcome to Joanie's floral design class this year. This is something new this year due to our fun COVID going on, and I hope everyone's healthy and safe. And this is the best way we can do this. So we're going to start, and the best part about doing a video like this is we have a pause button. So if I'm going too fast, hit your pause button. That way you can catch up with me. So we're going to make this real pretty centerpiece today with candy canes and candy cane ribbon and a candle. So we're going to start first, and in your kit you're going to find 2 pieces of ribbon, and you want 2 pieces of wire. And have those handy in front of you. You also need to have your scissors, your pruners or wire cutters to cut your stuff with. So why we're going to start this first is I want you to take this dry piece of Oasis, take it to your kitchen sink, stop it up and submerge it in water. So while that's soaking, you can make your bows, and it should be done by the time you get done. So I want you to go do that right now and then come back and we will work on that in a minute. So with the ribbon, it's one-sided this time, so what we need to do is make sure you're doing it facing you. So what we're going to do first is get your scissors, and I want you to cut a little tail off about this size. Sit it in front of you, and then with the rest of the ribbon, the long piece, in between these 2 fingers, I want you to make sure the candy cane is facing you, and I want you to take and make a tail first, which is going to be pinched in between the 2 fingers. Bring the loop up, make sure the candy cane's facing you, and then flip it over and do it again and squish it in between those 2 fingers. So you have two loops, one on each side, and a tail. With the tail that you cut off, I want you to squeeze it and put it in between those 2 fingers just like that. Okay? With one of your wires, I want you to lay it over top, pull it back behind, twist it, and there you go. So my little one tail's a little too long, so I'm going to cut them so they're a little bit even. Set that one aside. Again, you one tape wire, your last piece of ribbon. I want you to take it, cut it, the tail off, lay it in front of you between these 2 fingers. I want you to make sure the ribbon is facing you. Make a little tail, scrunch it between those 2 fingers, bring it up, squish between your 2 fingers, flip it over, squish it in between your 2 fingers, bring your tail up, put it in the middle, squish between your 2 fingers. And then we are going to lay the wire over top, pull it back, twist the wire, and there you go. And again, I have a little longer piece, so I'm just going to cut that off, put it off to the side. Okay, so at your sink, go get your piece of Oasis. Now it's real heavy. And your centerpiece bowl that you'll have in your kit. I want you to lay it in there, and it might say Oasis or some writing on it. I want that to be on the top. Push it down. Now you're going to find a candle in your kit, and what to do with your candles, I want you to put it on top of your Oasis, and then I want you to turn it like a light bulb. Twist and twist. Okay? So it's in there nice and tight, just like that. Okay? Don't bring it up and down, because then you're going to have a huge hole, and then you're going to have a big problem. So just leave it sitting in there. Okay, the first piece of greenery is this really nice big piece of balsam. And I want you to turn it around and look at all the side shoots that are off the side. With your cutters, I want you to start just giving it a haircut and cutting them all off real quick. Okay? So it's going to make a mess in your kitchen, or maybe out in your garage, or wherever you're making your centerpiece at. So just be careful. Lay something down. Okay, and just sew that piece away. Okay, so what you want to do is find a couple pieces. I want you to take your fingers and just strip off some of the end pieces. And with your centerpiece bowl, I want you to take it, and I want you to insert it in a diagonal insert, just like that, okay? You're going to insert it up like that. Okay, let's take another piece and do the other end. Cut this off. Because if you don't insert it like this, if you insert it like this, it's going to fly. And this way it lays really nice in on your table. So what we're going to take it, insert it up, and that way it lays real pretty on the table. So we're going to do the 2 sides, and then we're going to do the middle. Okay, I shaved off the sides, and then we're going to insert it in the middle. And then find another piece shave it, and insert it into the middle. So right now you have something that's going to look like a cross. Your two middles and your two ends. Now we're going to work on the four corners. Okay? So right now we're going to insert it like that. And then the middle. So we're going to do the four corners. Just like that. And remember to shave off some of those end pieces. Your fingers are going to look nasty, and you know that. But it'll wash. And it smells so good. So hopefully we will. Okay, let me show you what we've done here. And again, if I'm going too fast, just hit the pause button. Okay, so we've got our two ends, the cross. Now we filled in the four corners, just like that. Okay, now we're going to do the top. So we're going to find a couple little pieces, and we're going to do the four corners on top, just like this. Just like this. While I'm doing that, now this is a fresh centerpiece, so for you all that's done it in the past, remember to make sure you have fresh water on it, maybe every other day, depending on where you sit it at. I've had people sit it out in their garage and bring it in during the day, whatever's, but make sure you have fresh water so it'll stay nice and fresh by Christmas. So, and then just, if you burn your candle, just watch this as fresh greenery. But they are dripless candles, so they should be good. Okay, so we've stripped all little side pieces. Now I've got a little bit just around the top, just like that, okay? With my little side shoots. So I think that looks pretty full with that for right now. We're gonna go to our next greenery, which is this Oregon cedar. Again, it's a nice one. So they see all these little side shoots in the back. What we're gonna do is we're gonna cut some of those off, and we're gonna do the same effect as we did the first time. So let's cut some of those off. These are some nice pieces, and I can't wait till you guys can smell the smell. It smells so good. Definitely smells like Christmas. And today we woke up to a snowy morning, so it really felt like Christmas now. Okay, so what we've done here is we've got a couple pieces, and I'm gonna cut them, shave them, and I'm gonna do the same thing again. We're gonna do the two ends like this, shave it off, insert it in your diagonal, and then we're gonna do our middle. And these pieces don't have to be as long as the first pieces. You're gonna kind of taper in a little bit. So we've got our, I don't know if you can see this real well, but we have our cross. We have the two ends and the two middles. And now we're gonna do the four corners on each side. So, do that real quick. I'm gonna miss you guys. I miss catching up on all your stories and all your families and everything. So I hope everyone is healthy and staying away from this horrible disease and staying healthy. Okay, I've got my four corners kind of good there. So now I'm gonna show you real quick what I've done. I did the four corners with the Oregon cedar. Now I'm gonna do around the top of on the top of the centerpiece again. Up in those four corners and up around the candle a little bit. And I always tell people, don't panic. We have another piece of greenery to put in there. We have bows, and we're gonna put some candy canes in there. So if it's not looking so full yet, don't worry about it. It will. And what's nice about doing it at home is you don't have me standing there telling you and pushing you. You can do it at your own speed and enjoy it. So, okay, so I've got a little bit of that on there. So I'm gonna turn around and look at this other side because I see one side at a time. Okay, so we filled that one in like that. So see how my oasis is starting to really fill in? Okay, so I think we're gonna stop for that right now. And I see a little hole right there. I'm gonna put a little piece in. Okay, next you're gonna find your white pine, which everybody knows what white pine is, the long needled. So we're gonna cut that, little slide babies off. We're gonna use those little puppies. And some more. Oh, this is really pretty stuff this year. Really pretty. That is one good thing that happened this year. Our greenery is pretty. There's a positive for us. Okay, again, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do the ends, the middle, and the top. So I got that in the middle. Let's cut off those little tiny side pieces. Again, this stuff smells amazing. So we've got our 2 ends, just like that. And now we're going to do our 2 middles. So you could probably see that a little bit better, but you can see our cross. The 2 ends in there, and now we're going to do our 4 corners and up top. So let's do the 4 corners. So everybody at home gets to see you watch them make this, so you go, like when you used to go home and say, I made this, I'm like, really? And now you can actually have them watch you do it, and they'll be so impressed on how good you're doing with it. Because most of you are all pros. Okay. Okay, see how fast that fills in and how good that looks? So I'm going to put a couple more pieces. Look around, make sure my oasis is pretty well full up. Put some more up around the candle. And like I always tell you, once you put the bows in, you can go back in and fill in your holes a little bit. Okay. My arrangement's running away from me. Pretty good. So the bows that we just made, I want you to make sure the 2 wires are together, twist them together, and I want you to insert them right in front of the candle in the middle and just push it straight down and push it in there real tight. And I spread my little tails out just like that, and make sure for the other side, make sure your wires are together, and it should just insert real easy right into that oasis. Okay, just like that. Now in your kit, you found these candy canes. They have little wires on them. And again, I want you to insert them right over top of that bow, just like that, and push it in. And then we're going to do the other one on this side. We're going to push it in right over top of that bow, just like that. And then you're going to find 2 more. And I just put them on the sides, just to give them a little bit more color, and push them in there, just like that. Oh, I didn't twist my wire together, and I didn't want to go in there. So there you go on that. Okay, so I'm going to look around. I'm going to make sure I don't have any holes. With some little bit of more greenery, just pop it in there to make sure that everything looks good. And we've got our centerpiece. So again, got a couple more holes. And what's nice with all the greenery that you have left, you guys are more than welcome to decorate your house with them, lay them around. That'll be so much fun. So, okay. So there is my centerpiece. I hope you guys enjoyed your little lesson today. I hope that you are all doing well. Thank you so much. Be safe. God bless. Thanks again. Bye-bye.